How you doing? This is Ivan from Bite Size Wisdom for Busy People, and I'm back to share another idea with you guys. My channel is all about helping you become more conscious, more aware, to live a happy, conscious life. And today our topic is on the disease of tomorrow. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you're like most people, especially people that are into self-development or self-improvement, and you come across a book that really inspires you, you start to imagine all the ways that you're going to change your life, change yourself, but it's just in your imagination. You imagine yourself in the future working, you imagine yourself in the future applying these ideas. But as long as we maintain that attitude of that we'll work on ourselves sometime in the future, then that's where we'll stay in the future, tomorrow. And we really need to see clearly that if we maintain this attitude, then we're always going to remain the same. So we need to see the importance of starting to work on ourselves today, even if it's a little bit, little by little. If we work on ourselves a little bit today, it means that tomorrow we can do a little bit more, we can know a little bit more. But if we don't do nothing today, then we can't do more tomorrow. And that's when you start to see why people don't change. Because we're always saying, tomorrow, right? Tomorrow I'll do this, tomorrow I'll start. And tomorrow never comes. And that's the problem, is that as we get older and we start to live our lives, we become more conditioned, our minds become more conditioned, and our lives become more habitual. And these habits keep us locked in a very narrow way, a very narrow relationship to life. We become very mechanical, we become very unconscious. But with our imaginations, we always imagine sometime in the future we'll change. But as we know, that rarely comes about. So we need to take action, and we need to start working on ourselves today. So let's talk a little bit about the importance of today. So if you've visited my channel before, you will realize that I always talk about genuine, objective self-observation, and how it's the primary means of how we come to know ourselves, of how we come to change ourselves. So I suggest, if you guys go to my videos, to look for the video titled How to Not Be a Smartphone Zombie, because there I share how to use your attention in a special way that will help you to observe yourself objectively, in a way that you don't judge or condemn what you're observing. And by doing so, you're going to really get to know who you are. Because that's the problem with us, is that we just live our day to day, and we don't really see how every day is essentially the same. We always kind of blame the external reality for our day's events. But when you start to observe yourself objectively, and if someone can see you and how you are in just one day of your life, they can get a good idea of who you are. Because in a day, even though it's one tiny slice of your life, each day you'll see it contains reoccurring patterns, reoccurring themes, reoccurring events. And through these reoccurring patterns and events, you react to them essentially in the same way. You'll see that most of us, we think the same things, we feel the same things, we act the same way to these reactions, because we've become mechanical. So when you start to really work on yourself today and using objective self-observation, you will really get to know who you are. You will really get to know your unconscious mechanical habits. And our goal is to become conscious. So by observing ourselves in our day-to-day life, you're going to see how you react to the day's events. And through these reactions, you'll see who you really are. And if you are taking responsibility, and you see how your relation with your day-to-day life is who you are, your day-to-day life is who you are, then you'll start to take responsibility, and you will start to see, how can I change these reactions if they're not useful to where you're trying to head. So you maybe start to see that you react in a certain way to certain events, and you can start to think of how you can change it, and you can start to see the direct relationship, and you'll clearly see the part that you play in it. And you'll start to also see through your reactions all the ways that your force is drained, all the way that you waste your energy in unnecessary talking, unnecessary emotions. All these mechanical reactions just rob us of our energy. But if we want to change, we need to learn to stop all these leaks, and by conserving this energy is going to be very vital for us to become more conscious. With this conservation of energy, we will be able to slowly become more aware, we will become more conscious, we will be able to observe our thinking, our feeling, our bodies. We will be able to stand aside to our thinking process. And if we do that daily, work on ourselves today, you'll start to compound the effects. And that's the thing you'll learn, is that when you do something consciously, all these things that I'm saying, these require conscious effort. You will see that no conscious effort is wasted. And this is how we slowly start to rise above our daily life. Because that's the whole thing you need to see, is that you need to see how these ideas that I share, they come from conscious humanity. These are higher ideas, higher wisdom. And because of their higher nature, they allow us to rise above mechanical life. And that's the thing you have to see, is that life in and of itself will never change you, because it's mechanical. So if we just expect that just by living our life and not taking conscious action that we're going to change, then we're just going to be living in imagination. And that's where a lot of humanity is. They're expecting life to change them, but life being mechanical, it will never do it. So once we see the value of these ideas, we need to learn to mother these ideas and to insulate ourselves from all the things that drain us of our vital energy. So that's the message for today, guys. Don't wait. Don't always say tomorrow I'll start. Start today, even if it's a little bit. And little by little, you will start to become more conscious, more aware, and change your life. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If this is your first time to my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, so when I upload new videos you'll be alerted. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing good. Take care and peace.